And we're live.
Hey guys, good evening and welcome to my exciting channel. We're discussing Mandela effects and the like. Thanks for joining me today as we uncover the mysteries of the Mandela effect itself and find out the true meaning of it all. We must discover what is really happening, what is really going on here, to change these things that we know and hold dear to us. And let us help others discover the meaning of the Mandela effect and how it affects them and the price of milk. Thank you.
No, I don't take. I've got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, guys. Thank you for having me here.
Welcome, everyone.
Hey, Brian, I forgot to ask you. Can you pin my comment to the top of your chat, please?
Which one?
The only comment I have in your chat. It tells people how to do the questions. So it's easier for Teresa to see.
Yeah.
So hi, everyone. Today we have SAG Arm Mandela Effects, formerly Emmy Sagittarius Arm Society, who will probably explain why the name changes happened. Before we get into the interview, we have a short video to show you. And if you have questions for our guest, in Brian's chat and in my chat, there'll be a pinned message. Make sure you put a capital Q : and then your questions, so it's easy for Teresa to mark down your questions for the end of the interview.
Good.
Okay, so when you have a question, just write it down. You don't have to wait till the end and possibly forget your question. So when you have a question, just write it down. Teresa will be taking note, and without further ado, we're getting into the interview. Go ahead, Brian.
That's why people think that I'm against them. No, I'm trying to protect the people from Satan.
That's
my
not the
planet.
beginning. Rewind.
They're all the clues I found and I put together.
Rewind.
Yeah, you weren't at the beginning.
Yeah,
It has like a 35. The beginning is the countdown. There's a 35-second countdown.
Oh, okay.
Found and I put together. And this is how I came up with my channel, because I knew it was going to be a Satan trick. And this is what I discovered not too long ago, that Satan was going to use the Sagittarius people to spread his message. And Satan is using the Mandela effect on the Orion Earth. That's why people think that I'm against them. No, I'm trying to protect the people from Satan that came from my planet. Here we go, down the rabbit hole.
Whoa, tubular. Sandy, we're not going to get a copyright here, are we?
No,
If
this
we
is.
do,
What movie is that from? Which one?
Thank you for inviting me to your show. It is my pleasure to be here. I'm not here to convince anybody to believe in my beliefs. All I'm here is to share my story, my journey with the Mandela effect, and this is what my channel is about, is to protect the Bible, to let people know that Jehovah is alive, he's very powerful, and he's in control. And another thing is to protect the people that came from my planet. Let's begin with the little prayer.
All right. Is Jesus the Bible or is he not? That's my only question. Answer it.
The answer is in the beginning is the Word, and the Word is with God, and the Word was
sorry for
God. The
skipping
same was
everyone.
in the beginning with God. All things are made by him, and without him not anything was made that was ever made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men, and the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. And the darkness comprehended it not.
He said that Satan people will not understand this.
And the darkness comprehended it not.
This is Bluebeard 2011. He just found out that 3 of his kids are missing on this earth. And he doesn't know what to do about it.
Or whether it's something has changed, but the fact that land masses have changed. At first I thought that they were map manipulation, because it could just be map manipulation and everything else is just a time ripple. Could be why I'm missing 3 kids. Because if you went to the cops saying, look, 3 of my kids are missing because I think we've jumped time streams, mate, you'd be in a fucking nuthouse in about 3 fucking seconds flat.
This is Dale Dufay talking about the soul, how it's splintered and fractured into billion pieces.
Our soul is splintered and fractured. It's amazing, but yet it's one and connected with this quantum entanglement.
Here's a genius kid, and some guy was asking about the Mandela effect. Why did the mirror on the wall changed?
Let's take your notebook, or let's take Mirror on the Wall. It's like an old film, animated film. How did it actually change?
Well, it never changed. We changed. We changed. We changed. You see, we're moving relative to our universe.
John Cobb from Manhattan, New York City, North America, Western Hemisphere, Earth, Solar System, Sagittarius arm.
He is wrong. We're on the Orion Spur. This is Carl Sagan pointing out where we came from.
We would be way out here in the suburbs, in the countryside of the galaxy. We're not in any important place. All the stars you could see would be in a little place like that. And the Milky Way would be this band of light, 100 billion stars all together. The fact that we live in the outskirts of the galaxy.
String theory takes you before the Big Bang, before Genesis itself. And what does string theory say? It says that there is a multiverse of universes.
This is my disclaimer. Please read it. These are all the creators I followed for many years. This is Brent, the computer wizard, Bluebeard, Dolores Cannon, Ishmael Perez, and most of all, Dale Dufay. That's the teachings I follow. And this is his book, $5 ebook, if you nonprofit. I just wanted to introduce you to my logos, and maybe some of you will be familiar with them. Let's go down the memory lane. These are the logos that I remember from my Earth. I believe I came from a different Earth. This is what I remember with the JFK car. There were 3 people in the car, in a white car. This is how I remember it.
While it's just music playing, I'm going to talk. I want to
This
say
is
it.
my journey to my old Earth. I'm going to introduce you to my planet where I came from. And this is how I remember it. Well, the reason I did this video is because a lot of people don't believe we're on another Earth, or a lot of people don't believe we're in a multiverse. And most of all, a lot of people don't believe we're inside of another different avatar that is suited to fit this Earth. So each Earth has a different avatar that's suited for that vibration and frequency for that Earth. This is the way I showed this video, and to explain where I came from, because I consider myself a traveler, and I wanted to tell my story and show you guys that this is real. This is not fake. I have evidence. I have astrophysicists explaining what everything's going on. I have the Bible, 5 verses that protects the Bible, protects Jehovah, and protects the way we believe, the way our lives, everything that I believed when I first found the Mandela effect, everything just went out the window. So I was very scared. So this is the reason I created my video, my channel, is to help other people that came from my planet, to guide them to the right direction. Because I believe the Mandela effect is a very positive event, and I will explain it later on this video. Because I have traveled to many places. I seen a moon that had Pluto, that had continents, a man on the moon, a rabbit. My moon was yellow, not white. So I just wanted to explain why this video was about, and that way people know where I'm coming from. But this is only my story. I have no proof, because all the proof stays behind on a different earth. A lot of people don't believe that we're on a different earth. This star system, they have 13 signs on the zodiac. I just wanted to give you guys some examples of the evidence I found to back up my claims. And according to NASA, our zodiacs changed. And according to NASA, we have 4 planets with rings like Saturn. And the one that got me was the North Star, Polaris. It doesn't exist. It's gone. It disappeared. So to me, that tells me we're in a different galaxy. We're on a different Earth. And that's the proof I have to show you guys. It's backed up by books, by scientists, by astrophysicists. I'm not just talking and, and not showing evidence of what I'm trying to back up or teach. And this is your new body. You're inside of a new avatar, and this is your new skull, because we're inside a new avatar to fit this earth. Each earth has a different vibration, and it has a different avatar to suit the earth that we got transferred to. Everybody remembers the heart being on the left side. So on this avatar, the heart is inside in the middle. We have eye sockets that are filled in. That wasn't there before. There's 6 holes. That wasn't there before. This is where the Mandela effect originated from. This is what I believe the Mandela effect came from. Dragon Con. It's a Satan convention. And I believe Satan is using the paranormal Fiona Broom to bring this message to us. But I discovered that Satan twisted the Mandela effect to be a negative. I'm trying to change that.
There shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book, if any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God shall take away his part out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book.
The coming of the lawless one is according to the working of Satan, with all power, signs, and lying wonders, and with all unrighteous deception among those who perish, because they did not receive the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this reason, God will send them strong delusion, that they should believe the lie, that they all may be condemned who did not believe the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness.
This is the evidence I found about the lion and the lamb. According to history, this is the first residue I found and the oldest. from the 1800s to prove that there was travelers that came from our planet that knew the Bible. This is called residue evidence. And these travelers never knew they were on the Orion Earth. This is to prove that there was travelers ahead of us that remember the lion. The lion is back on Sagittarius Earth. We're on the Orion Earth, where the wolf is in the Bible. If you can see the Dead Sea Scrolls, it says wolf. The Bible never changed. It always has been wolf, never the lion.
The scariest verse in the New Testament is verse 11 of 2 Thessalonians 2, that God himself will deceive you. I can think I'm very clever, I'm smart, I know the Bible, but if God tries to deceive me, I'm finished. For the people, it says, God will send upon them a deluding influence so that they may believe what is false. What is false? Read your scripture. God will make them believe a lie.
I believe that's the Mandela effect that God sent to test the Bible believers and test us to see if we're going to fall for Satan's trick. And I want to thank Residue of Remnant. I believe his name was John Smith, and he found this evidence. This is not my evidence. So the residue evidence that we find is travelers that came before us from the Sagittarius Earth and left clues that we're finding now, that everybody's finding. And this is the tree of life. This is what I consider what's happening. Jehovah, it's the tree. The multiverse are the leaves. Our souls, the bodies are in there. The branches are different universes, and how our brains are remembering and recording everything. And that's the only thing that we have is our brain. Our brain is programmed to remember everything and record everything.
That was a really great video.
Great residue in there too.
Yeah, sorry about the swirling, buffering going on there. Sorry about that, folks.
Yeah.
But we got that resolved.
Yeah, I was lucky to find that, and I put that in a video just in time for you guys to see, because the lion has never been on this earth. But how did that residue came about is because the only explanation I have is that we are the ones creating that residue. Like right now, we are creating residue for the other travelers that come here so they can watch our videos and they get educated, so they won't be so lost like I was.
I completely agree with that. 1,000%. 1,000%. Before we get started, I don't know if because Brian, I don't know if Brian pinned the comment, but
there it is.
Those of you just joining us, if you have a question, you don't wait till the end. Just put your question in the chat. Teresa will be marking them down for the Q&A at the end.
Yes.
And Jose, because the video went quickly, do you want to read your disclaimer really quick?
That is okay. It's just, I'm not claiming to be very religious. I'm not claiming to be, someone that is just talking without evidence. I just want to show my evidence and tell my story and what I learned. And that's how I created my channel, so that's my disclaimer. I'm not trying to be a holy roller or anything like that. I just found that I'm having a spiritual battle, and I see people falling into a spiritual trap, and I'm afraid they're going to be losing their soul if they don't wake up, because they're going against God and they're going against the Bible, and to me that's wrong. So that's my disclaimer.
Hey, Sandy.
Yes, Teresa.
Somebody wants you to put the link to Jose's channel in the
Oh,
chat.
we
Are you?
definitely will. Yeah, I'll be putting it in the chat
thank
throughout
you.
the show.
Okay.
And we're also going to be putting
Thank
it
you,
in the
Sandy.
description after the show is uploaded.
Yes.
So it will definitely be there. But I
Get
had
you
to
more
take care of the
subs,
Q&A
Jose.
first. But we are now going to be starting the interview portion. Like I said, as you have questions, put a capital Q : and then your
Yes.
question, so it's easier for Teresa to see. She'll
Yes,
be writing the
put a
questions
Q.
down for the end.
No problem.
Okay, I'm gonna go get the link, and Brian, you guys are free to start.
Okay, so our first question, Jose, when did you first become aware of the ME, Mandela effect?
When I first got a computer and started learning how to use it, that was around 2012, because I was interested in the Mayan calendar, the Aztec calendar, December 21st, 2012, that the world was going to end. And I believe something happened, and I was trying to figure that out, the spiritual side, or, just trying to see if we shifted or, something happened to us. And I just wanted to investigate it. So I got hooked on that. And that's how my journey started. Let me turn off the cam so I can take off my glasses, because it's hard for me to read my book, my notes. Okay, so I'll be back.
Sure.
Yeah, I was looking for the Hopi prophecies, the Aztec prophecies, Anunnaki. I was interested in UFOs because I seen UFOs for myself. I was very interested in the supernatural, so when I first started learning the computer, I just started to find different creators and talking about the Mandela effect. Especially, I found Laszlo. I don't know if you guys remember Laszlo. And he was probably the first one that I noticed on the internet talking about the Mandela effect. But I didn't put no attention to it because, it's like, oh, this guy's crazy. I don't believe it, because, I didn't, in other words, I didn't want to fall down that rabbit hole because it was very scary. So I just ignored it for about a year. And then I came across another video, and they were talking about mirror. The objects on the mirror were closer than they appear. And it says, may be closer than they appear. And then I looked at the mirror and it says R. And I says, no way. That's impossible. So I went looking through the parking lot, and all the mirrors, all the side mirrors read R closer than they appear. Yeah. So and then I didn't stop there. I went to all the junkyards. I went to all the antique shows, and they all said R. It's like, well, okay, this is real.
Yeah,
And
that is
so
that's crazy. That's like the thing with the clocks. I noticed all the
Yes.
clocks had changed, and where
Yeah.
they used to have the Roman numeral 4, they became
Yeah.
4 eyes. Like that tripped me up right there.
Yes, it's like once you see
I
it,
know the feeling.
you cannot unsee it. You just fall in that hole and you just keep going, and there's no end. I'm still 10 years later. I'm still inside, and look at me. I'm talking about it.
Well,
So
speaking of that, that leads us to our next question. So, why did you decide to start speaking about it publicly, the Mandela effect? And is there anything related you wanted to add to that?
well, I was desperate to find answers, and I always saw the differences. I always see, like I would go walk inside of a Walmart or a Home Depot, and then I would ask him, it's like, why did you change the shelves? I mean, where's the pharmacy? Where's the potato chips? Where's the milk? It's like I was here 6 months ago, or whatever. It's like, why you guys keep changing these things? And then it dawned to me to like there's something going on, and it has to do with the Mandela effect. So it was just a puzzle. I was just trying to figure out this puzzle pieces and to make sense of things, because I was going nuts. I couldn't understand what the Mandela effect really was. I came across Vanessa's videos, Vanessa VA videos, when the people were talking. It's like bad experiences. People were going crazy Well, that was me. When I first found the Mandela effect, I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't work, I couldn't keep my eyes off the computer. I lost a lot of weight. I lost a lot of work because I didn't want to go to work because everybody told me I was inside a computer. I'm inside a simulator. CERN is changing everything. So I fell down that rabbit hole and I couldn't get out because I was stuck for many years, many years, and I suffered a lot. And if you see all those videos with Vanessa, that was me. I mean, that was 100% me. So I was very scared when I first found the Mandela effect, and I decided to talk about it because it was just my outlet, or else I would go crazy if I didn't, you know.
Well, yeah, and also, like when you're shown that reality changes like this, probably the first thing you're thinking is that we may be in a simulation. But
Yeah.
I don't believe we are. I did kind of fall down that rabbit hole too, so
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we believe.
But no,
At the
I think
time,
it's like you. I believe it's coming from God.
yes.
Showing people that this is the proof right here.
Yeah, but you have to keep in mind that, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, we didn't have this creator, so nobody was talking about the Mandela effect except for changes. Everything was changing. CERN did it, the devil did it, and it was very scary. It was very scary for me to function and to not to say it's like this is not real, this is fake. But I was wrong, and that's why I decided to talk about it in my channel, and that's how my channel got developed. Because
what was the first Mandela effect that made you realize that this was more than just a trending YouTube topic? And what are like your top 3 MEs?
Probably the pyramids, South America changing, moving. The mirror, are closer than they appear. Just the thinker, the way he moved his fist to the chin.
Yeah.
And
Here,
that was very.
It was here.
Yeah.
Now it's here.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, it's more like this. The
Yeah, it's
hand
now open-handed.
it's
Eating the
open-handed.
knuckles.
He's eating his knuckles.
Yeah, so that was one of the big ones for me. That's when I realized, like, I'm hooked. I'm hooked, and I can't get out. It's like, this is real, and I can't deny it.
All right. So, in your opinion, what do you believe is causing the Mandela? I believe you may have already answered that, but can you go into possibly a little bit more detail on that? Or
Yes, I believe, like the Bible says, God will send a strong delusion, and I believe that's the Mandela effect, and that's how I started my spiritual battle, because I knew there was something going on, and people were being tricked or deceived. And I only follow like 5 verses, Bible verses that I follow and I show on my videos, because to me it's wrong to confuse people or just to make people believe that it's a lie, or have Satan deceive us. I'm not going to let that happen, because we are good people, and I felt like I was being punished, and I felt like God was punishing me because he opened my eyes. Everybody talks about the third eye and metaphysical and new age. I'm not like that. I never meditated. No, I'm a good person. Why is God punishing me? So I felt like I needed to find the answer for myself, and I had to fight for my life, mental life, physical life, because I was, going the wrong path.
you felt like you were a man on a mission.
Yes, and I got a little bit of knowledge, and I saw how Satan was twisting the Mandela effect against us, and how Satan was using my people that came from the Sagittarius arm to spread his message and to go against the Bible and go against Jehovah. And I just got mad, and I said, no, it's like people think I'm against them. Channels, they think I'm attacking them. It's like, no, I'm trying to protect the people that came from our planet because they don't know better. They're lost like I was. So I'm trying to help. I'm not trying to destroy people's lives. I'm not trying to go against them. I just see things differently, the spiritual side.
Well, let me ask you then. So, are there any theories that you believe, that you feel or believe is not the reason causing the Mandela effect? And if so, what led you to this conclusion?
Well, I don't believe the life is fluid. I don't believe things are changing. I don't believe it's a simulator. I don't believe Satan is doing anything. Actually, that's a Satan trick. He's not doing anything. We are doing the work for Satan. He's not. He's just sitting back and laughing at us. And to me, that's wrong. You know, that's why I talk to preachers and they slam the doors on me because they told me I was satanic. At, 2015, I started preaching, knocking on people's doors. And right now, to this moment, they never call me back because they said that you're very satanic. You're going against the Bible. You're going against reality. There's something wrong with you.
Yeah,
you need help. You need.
And these are some people who don't either they don't know the official God's word in their heart, or they're from the other earth, the other alternate reality.
Well, the people, this is what I found out. The people from this earth, they think we're delusional, that we need help, that we're seeing something that is not true. And they're correct because we remember something from another earth. We remember a different Bible. We remember a different logo. But when we came here, we saw a changed logo. So that drove us crazy. It's like, no. This is how it was. It changed. No. The only explanation that I found is that I'm in a different place looking at a different Bible. That's it. Not changed.
Those are all very good points. That's definitely. I think we're in agreement on a lot of those. Do you believe that some Mandela effects have a hidden, or maybe possibly a coded message? Is there a message for us in all the madness? And if so, could you explain this further, or give some examples, maybe?
Yes. According to Deus du Fe, we are stuck in thinking that everything changed, but nothing changed to us. It's just different. A lot of people were concerned. I'm sorry. What was the question again? The hidden code messages.
I wrote down some of these here. Do you believe that some of these Mandela effects might have a hidden or maybe a coded message for us? Is there a message in the madness, in other words? If so, could you explain this and give some examples, maybe? I know that's kind of a tough question there.
No,
sorry.
No, it's okay. I believe watching your videos, your channel, I'm always in the background taking notes because Sandy Diva, Teresa Lynch, they always find new items to talk about. And that's a clue for me that I'm in a different place. So, and I believe Jehovah moved me to see or to learn something on this earth. That's probably the only message I got from what the Mandela effect is that we're here to help these people from the Orion. We're here to show them that there's a positive way to think because this is a very negative planet. And I believe this is something that we need to learn and get and go through because this multi-universe is very hard to take in or believe. But I believe this is what's happening. Jehovah is teaching us that he is in control, he's in charge, and he's very powerful. But the only bad thing about it is that we discover something that we're not supposed to know. we discover something that's how it's been, because according to the Bible, the lion, the 1700 people remember the lion. So that gives me a clue that there was other people here before us. So to me, the Mandela effect started a long time ago. It is not new. It's always been going on. But Satan released it to the public and he put a twist on it. And that's what I discovered about 3 or 4 years ago. And my idea and Deo's Dufay idea wasn't welcome at that time, because Deo went on some interviews and he got attacked because he couldn't prove anything. And he also got death threats, and he just erased his channel.
Yep.
Because he just didn't want to put up with the people. And it's like, forget it. But I did finance his book because I believed in his book and his message, and that's what this teachings is teaching me to keep going. And this message is not about me; it's to help people to understand what God is about and how powerful God is, and all these miracles that I see. And you guys call them changes, but to me they're miracles, because that tells me I'm in a different place. Okay, I'll stop there.
Come, Lord Jesus. That's what I've been preaching.
Yes, of course.
I'm done with my questions. Who would like to do them next? Who would like to do questions for Jose?
Esther, you are up.
Yes.
Okay,
I
Esther.
turned my camera on for this one. Excuse my appearance.
Okay. Hello. Hello, Esther.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
And hey, everyone in the chat. I know a lot of people are saying hi. So the next question is, why do you believe we experience deja vu and experience or can experience Mandela effects repeatedly, updating sometimes only minutes apart?
Okay, deja vu, synchronicities, everything has to do with our memories. We remember something from something that you already done from somewhere else. Say you took a drink out of your Coke and you finished it. And so you just go about your day and then you come back. It's like, wait a minute, the Coke is still full. I thought I finished it. I mean, that's just a bad example, but your memory remembers things and then you second guess yourself because, well, wait a minute, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I put my keys somewhere else and they disappear. No, is that we're moving through the multiverse and we're moving to different Earths that has different histories, and we do different things at that Earth. And when we get moved, that memory comes with us. Do you understand how that works? That's how deja vu works. You did something somewhere else, but when you get moved to a different Earth, you do it again. It's like, wait a minute, I think I did this before. So that's deja vu and synchronicities come from. So our soul is splintered and fractured and into different Earths. Our avatars are already there on different Earths. There's no traveling needed. Okay? Our spirits, our memories are the ones that are traveling. This is when Jehovah comes. This is Jehovah. I'm not Jehovah, so I can't speak for him. But this is what we discovered 7, 8 years ago, and it wasn't welcome a long time ago. People thought we were crazy. But that's the only thing that I come up with, and that's the only thing that makes sense to me, that we were somewhere else, and that's how we get deja vu.
All right. Guess we can move on to the next one. Do you believe there is a common thread or attribute among those affected by the Mandela effect?
A bad attribute? Well, like I said, it's very satanic how it originated from, because it was, I believe Satan twisted it up and to confuse us. And it's this Mandela effect is very powerful if you use it the wrong way. And if you get caught in the trap of changes, you'll always be stuck on changes. I decided a long time ago, about 3 or 4 years ago, that I was getting banned on all the channels because nobody wanted to hear me because I was going against the changes. No, all I said was it's different, not change. It's different. You're watching a different logo. You're different. You're looking at a different color. You're looking at a different animal, not change. It is impossible for the thinker to move the arm, a metal statue to move the arm to the chin. That is impossible. That is not magic. That is impossible because it's a metal. It's impossible for Moses to grow horns overnight from the Michelangelo in Rome. You know, that statue's always been there. Nobody messed, the rock didn't grow horns. So to me, that doesn't make sense. So the only thing that makes sense is that we're the ones changing, and Satan is trying to deceive us. And he's trying to use us to manipulate people to go to hell and to go against the Bible and go against Jehovah. That's the spiritual battle that I'm fighting right now. And that's the attributes that I find about the Mandela effect.
Do you think there's a common thread between everybody?
Well, look at us. We're always fighting with each other. We don't agree. We're always talking about, you know, you're right, I'm right, and this is what's happening. This channel is going against this other channel, and we don't get along because that is all planned by Satan, because it's just a delusion that God sent to trick us, to test us. I believe this is a test of faith. If you're going to fall for the deception or you're going to believe in God. Okay, go ahead.
Can I jump in for 1 second?
Mm-hmm.
I agree 100%. I believe that, first of all, there are so little of us in this community compared to like the population of the world. There's so little of us that see the Mandela effect, acknowledge it. There's for every person that sees the Mandela effect, there's 100 or even a couple thousand that deny it, that don't see it. And I believe in every way we are being divided, including in this community. And I think that needs to stop. There's not that many of us. We are stronger together than we are apart. And
Yes.
if this is a fight against good and evil, against the devil, we need to be together. We truly need unity as opposed to division. That's all I wanted to say. Sorry, I didn't interrupt. Go ahead.
I wanted to just share this picture because this is a great analogy here. We're seeing like optical illusions before us in the form of Mandela effects. So you have the people that might see two faces, and the other people that might see the vase. You know, that's how I see it.
Yeah,
Does that
and
make sense?
you can't tell somebody it's like what you're looking at is wrong. I don't have that right to tell you that you're wrong because I don't know what you're watching. If you're looking at a table or you're looking at the faces, that's the deception. That's the trick. That's the confusion that's why there's a lot of confusion and fights against us, each other. And I hate that. And a lot of people come to my channel and says, well, you're against this guy, you're against that guy. And it's like, no, I'm trying to protect the people from those people. They're being deceived. I'm trying to protect the people that came from my planet. I'm trying to protect the Bible. I'm trying to protect the Jehovah. Does that make me a bad person? I don't think so. I don't believe so. I was an atheist for 30 years. The Mandela effect made me realize there is a creation. There is a Jehovah. He is powerful. He is in control. And I changed my ways. And that's how I look at the Mandela effect. With help with you guys, of course. This is not my theories. With help of everybody. You know, I'm taking little pieces that help me and I'm using it to help my life. Go ahead.
I feel like the next question is you're kind of hitting on most of the points of this question is about seeing the Mandela effect in a positive or a negative phenomenon.
Yes.
Seems like you're mostly looking as a positive thing.
Yes, Actually, when I started preaching not too long ago with sharing my story to people, I draw a little circle, a sun, and I tell people to write down the colors of the sun. Okay, and then I write down the three little triangles, and I ask them, can you name the Great Pyramid of Giza? Put an X on it. So they always put an X on the middle one. So that tells me they came from my planet. That tells me they don't belong here, because here the first pyramid is the biggest pyramid there is in Egypt. So I kind of talk to people. I talk to people and I kind of get their sense of if they're from the Orion Earth or they come from my planet. If I find out that they're from my planet and they're struggling, I always say, did you know you're in a different place? Did you know Jehovah loves you and he has a message for you? Would you like to hear about it? I ask permission first. And then they said, yeah, go ahead. It's like, okay, well, what color is the sun? You wrote down it was yellow and red and orange. So I go outside with their phone, and I go outside and I take a picture of the sun with their camera, and I show them, look, the sun is white. And they go, no way. Maybe it's the sky changing colors or something like that. And I tell them, it's like, no, you're seeing a different sun because you got moved. You're an angel without wings. Jehovah chose you to be here. Jehovah chose you to help people. And that's how I promote the Mandela effect when I speak about the Mandela effect. Go ahead, I'm done.
Sorry, you're hearing my little girl talk in the background. Sorry, her iPod things broke. So,
AirPods.
whatever they're called. Things that go in her ear.
The button's stuck and I don't know how to get it out.
We were
all right.
We were talking about pyramids, and I posted here in the comments that there are now 10 pyramids. There's not just 3.
Yes.
You know, the 3 great pyramids. Yeah, they're great, but they're no longer greater. They have like 7 others surrounding them.
Yes.
Those did not exist in my reality.
No, so that is proof you cannot change the past. You know, you cannot change the height of the pyramids. You cannot change, you can't add 10 pyramids. So we must be on a different earth, reading a different Bible. That's my message that I came on the channel to spread, is that Jehovah loves us. We were chosen people to be here. So why are we fighting against each other instead of helping each other? And that hurts me. Go ahead.
So the last question I have is, you haven't mentioned differences in the Bible due to the Mandela effect, or changing Earths at this point. Can you share more about this and its possible implications?
Well, if people keep saying there's a church that is growing by the minute, and I'm worried that this message is gonna, I call them the Mandelites cult. It's a church, and it's growing by the minute. I tried to stop it a long time ago, but I failed. So I decided that those people you can't help those people anymore because they're brainwashed and they're stuck on the Bible being changed, or they're stuck. I went on their channels. I went and I talked to them personally by phone in their chat rooms, and they just told me that I was New Age. They don't listen to anybody anymore, so I kind of gave up on them. So right now I'm focusing on the new people that watch my channels and your channels, to help people, to make them realize that they're somewhere else. That's why you see a new animal. That's why you see a new logo. That's why you see different things. It's because you have a gift. God gave us a gift to see. And that's how I take the Mandela effect to try to make it positive. And I'm trying not to let the devil take over people and you know, because he's in a hurry right now because he knows it's the ends of time. So he's trying to take as many souls as he can, and I'm trying to stop that. So that's my message. That's why I'm here today. My channel is not a doom and gloom channel that, oh, the world's going to end right now. It's like, no, Jehovah is letting us know, like, hey, I'm alive. Hello, here are my signs. What else do you want me to do for you? You know, go ahead. I also provide pictures of the North Star. If you guys don't believe we're not on a different Earth, go outside right now and go look at the north, the position of the North Polaris. The star is missing. There is no North Star on this Earth. So we must be somewhere else. And that's my only proof that I have, is that I always knew that the North Star was used when you got lost. You look at the North Star to find your bearings.
Mm-hmm.
And you're an army guy.
Supposed to be, yeah, by the Big Dipper or Little Dipper or something like that. It's supposed to be part of that constellation.
It's the handle of the small dipper, and the army teaches you, if you get lost in the wilderness, look at the North Star and you'll always find your way. If you go look outside, there is no North Star. It's the first star that comes out at night. And it's the brightest and the biggest, but it's missing. So to me, that tells me that I'm somewhere else. That's the only proof I have.
Well, it's no longer right.
No, it's not.
It's hard to see, actually. Last time I saw it, I know what's weird is the last few nights, about 7:30, and it's not even dark. And I mean, it's light out. There's I think it's the planet that we see at night coming out. Like you can actually see it. He's like, there's a bright, shiny thing up in the sky. What's that? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then I had to park, and I got out, and I actually have a picture of it with the moon out, and it's blue skies, like light blue, like the color behind me, light blue. And I'm like, the sun's not even down yet. It's 7:30. It doesn't get dark here till about 8:30.
Yeah, that's not a star.
There's just no way.
Yeah, that's not a star. That's Venus. That's next to the moon.
Yeah, like I knew it was either Venus or Saturn. I think Saturn comes in the morning, so Venus, and so it was like, that's not a star because it doesn't twinkle. It's just like bright light in the sky. It's weird.
I have to ask y'all something because I found this to be really weird. This year is the first year that I've ever noticed it, but is it light out for you guys at 5:30 in the morning like it is here? It's 5:30 in the morning and the sun's up here.
Close.
Yes.
Close.
Brian, you know daylight savings time? It's because you're on the western side of your time zone.
Sandy, you said
I'm on the
saving.
eastern side of my time zone.
Sandy, you said saving.
I did not. I said savings.
Yeah, you did. I heard it.
Well, we'll rewind it later. But I said savings.
Hey, Teresa, what did we just say about arguing?
No. She changed. No, I heard her say saving, and I caught it.
I believe that you heard me say that, but I did say savings. Anyway,
Okay, I'm on the right.
Brian.
You're right, Sandy. I'm on the east side of Central Time. I'm like on the basically really close to the border of Alabama and Georgia.
Yeah, because 5:30 a.m. here is very dark. It's still dark. It's not until after
it's light out here.
6:15 it's light. That's what I'm saying.
That's why I have to have a I have to have a blackout curtain or I don't sleep.
Yeah, it's the time zones. It's daylight savings time. It'll change in the wintertime. I promise.
Sandy, I've been writing these questions down.
It will.
Good, thank you. Did you get the last one? Because it's
actually like the first one he gave me, so I'm just going to combine it together.
Who's next? Who's next to ask questions?
Is Esther done?
Yes, that was my last question.
And it is Jeff. Jeff is up.
Hello, Jeff.
Right, Jeff. Hey, Jeff.
Hi, Jose. Nice to meet you.
Oh, same here. Thank you for having me here.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right. The first question I have for you is: has the Mandela effect affected your personal life and relationships in any way? For example, angering friends and family. And do you know anyone offline who is also affected that you can talk with about the ME?
I try to stay away from my family and talk about the Mandela effect to them because they already think I'm nuts, and we don't want to add wood to that fire. A lot of people. I lost a lot of friends. I lost a lot of friends that had kids that don't want me around because I would talk about the Mandela effect, and it was just very bad. I lost a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And what the Mandela effect did to me is that the reason I turn on the camera is because I have wrinkles right here that they scare me when I saw them. It's like, wow, what happened? How did this happen? It's like, I got wrinkles now. I know I'm old, but damn, I'm not that old. So I went to the Botox place and I spent $1,000 just to get those shots, the Botox place, so they can get rid of these wrinkles.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't work. So I guess it's meant to be.
Jose,
Yes.
try Retin A. That's what I use on my face. And I'm going to look at my picture. Do I look like I'll be 60?
Oh, wow. No.
Look at my skin. Retin A is what I use every night. Just to give you an idea.
Oh, no. I'm not going to throw my man card away. No, it's okay. Just lotion. It's okay. But next to your question is like, I'm afraid to talk to people about the Mandela effect. They just avoid me. So I just respect their space because I know it's very hard to talk to them, especially in my neighborhood. I just walk my dogs, mind my own business, put on my headphones. But it's something that I don't do. That's why I created my channel, because I was going crazy and I needed an outlet to speak and let my mind release that tension and from going crazy.
Yeah,
So
we
that was
all
another,
need to do that.
yes, that's why that's why I support this channel, and you guys are a blessing to me, or you guys are my friends. I consider you guys my friends, and this is an outlet for me to I look forward to your shows. So that's how that's how important your channels are. So I thank you.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah,
We
thank you,
appreciate
Jose.
that.
That means a lot.
Yeah,
and
it
now that I'm behind the scenes and everything, it's like, oh my God, these people work so hard to bring an hour and a half show, and wow, my hat, tip off my hats for you guys. I respect you guys a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next question. Go ahead.
Okay, so how do you think the Mandela effect impacts people's perceptions of their reality?
Well, it all depends. If they're from the Orion people, they're going to be concerned about your mental health. I heard this guy had a exorcism done or intervention with the church because they thought he was losing his mind because he was talking nonsense. He was talking stuff that to them is not real. So the Orion people, they're worried about us. They are concerned about our health and safety because we're talking to them. They're lies. They always read the wolf. They always saw the logo the way it is, but not to us. We're like travelers. So we have to keep that in mind that we don't belong here. We were put here not by choice. We were put here, and we have to, move on and try to make it a positive thing and to live with it. And I know it's very hard to live with the Mandela effect, but people are concerned about our safety and health and mental health, because if you're talking to an Orion person, if you're married, you're going to get divorced. And if you're talking to a brother, you're going to lose your brother, your friends. So this could be a very bad if you keep pushing people, they'll just go like, forget it. Jose's crazy. Stay away from him. Yes,
it's a shame, but that is true.
I was wondering. This is kind of off question a little bit here. I'm sorry, but I have to ask you: do you think that part about the Bible, Jose, where Jesus says, "I come to divide you guys." The
Yes.
brother against his father, brother against mother, daughter against mother, all that kind of stuff. You think
Yes,
that's what this is, or a
yeah,
part of it?
it's called the Great Falling Away, and it's in the Bible. I believe it's verse 2 Thessalonians, 2nd chapter, verse 3. It says the great falling away will happen, and there's people are going to come and deceive you, and to just make your life miserable. It's all in the Bible. I use 5 verses. I don't throw people's Bible. I don't throw the Bible in people's faces. This is the only 5 verses that I use, and you heard them on the video. It's like, and that taught me to not disrespect the Bible, because I don't want to go to hell, and there's bad consequences if you do. That's what the Bible says, and I'm afraid people are not listening to it.
Thank you for answering my question. Go ahead, Jeff. Sorry.
All right, that's okay. All right, next question is, have you ever observed any changes happen in real time? Some examples would be like an image changing in front of you, a song lyric changing mid-song, or geographic changes in your area, etc.
No. The only time I see changes is when Sandy Diva shows her residue. Or Eva from Once Upon a Timeline. She's pretty good at that. But that's the only time I see the Mandela effect, because of you guys. So you guys are a big part of my life and my journey, because to me everything looks the same. The only thing that I notice different is that the Walmart, I always see it. I always get angry, or I always get confused. It's like, why is Walmart changing their logos? Like every 3 years they have a new logo, and they have new paint jobs. Or, like I said, you go inside Walmart or Home Depot and everybody's, changing shelves and everything. It's like, that's the only Mandela effects I see for myself, that I understand that they didn't change anything, because I asked the clerk. It's like, hello, why are you changing the shelves? Why are you changing everything? How come all the Walmarts are not the same? How come all the Home Depots don't have the same shelves, have the hammers on the same aisle? So I understand how the Mandela works, and that's the only changes I see personally that I know about.
So the other ones you find out from other people.
Yes. That's why I value you guys' knowledge, and I appreciate you guys. And because, or else I won't have a channel if I didn't have evidence from other people saying, this happened to me. This is what's going on. This is what my life has been. So I record. I watch hours and hours. Days. Looking for evidence so I can put a video together. And I'm not computer wise and savvy. So I struggle making videos. so I hope I'm getting the right message out.
All right, the next question.
I'm sorry, Jeff, 1 second. You do a great job. You put a lot of videos out for someone who claims to be not tech savvy.
That's true.
That's what I was going to say too.
Yes,
Doing good.
definitely.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, the next one is, have you experienced any differences in yourself, such as to your appearance, which one you just mentioned, health, personality, etc., since becoming affected?
Yes. Neighbors throwing fireworks.
Okay.
My handwriting.
That's good.
Yeah,
What timing?
Yeah, my handwriting is different. Sometimes I don't recognize my handwriting. It's all sloppy, and like I just gave up reading the book because I can't read it. So I'm just trying to wing it out. So yeah, my handwriting is bad, and that
Jose,
it wasn't supposed to be.
I need to
I wish I
interrupt
could
there
show you.
too.
Yeah.
I have
What?
to interrupt. I have to interrupt there. Oh my gosh. People used to compliment me on my handwriting. I went to Catholic school, and they'd be like, I could tell you went to Catholic school by how neat and nice your handwriting is. My handwriting is so sloppy now, I hate it. And I don't know
Yes.
why. I cannot write like I used to. And
Yes.
that's you're the first person who's ever said that
If
acknowledged the same thing I'm going through. That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
All
it
right,
freaks me.
sorry.
It freaks me. It freaks me out every time I write something. It's like I can't read this. What happened to me? So the only explanation is like I'm in a new avatar, and that's the only thing I can think of.
That makes
Yeah,
sense too.
the muscle memory isn't the same. There's no muscle
Yeah.
memory.
Yes.
Also, I want to apologize to both chats. We can't help it because it's coming from our guests' end. They're setting off fireworks because it's the 4th of July this weekend. So we're really
Yeah, they're
sorry.
6 days early.
They're getting a quick start.
They won't have any left by the time they really need them.
Yes. Yeah, my dogs are terrified. Every night they come to my bedroom and they huddle. They go underneath my bed because they hate the
Aw.
neighbors. Yeah, so go ahead. I'm ready for the next question if the audience wants to ask me a question.
Okay, my last one is, have you experienced ringing in the ears, sleep disturbance, change in your sleep patterns, or any other differences in behaviors since becoming affected?
A lot of ringing in my ears, a lot of headaches. My body feels weak, especially when I shift a lot. This is my experiences. This is what I know. When I shift, I feel weak. I feel out of place. It takes me like 3 days to function correctly. I don't know if the Schumann resonance it hypes up, but I'm very sensitive to frequencies, and that throws me off. And people also ask me, "Are you okay? Are you tired? Or what's wrong? Are you in a bad mood?" It's like, no, I just don't have energy. I can't function. Just give me a few days,
I know
So
that feeling.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Oh yeah, same thing happens to me.
Yeah, and also the time here is faster. We get less sleep. We got less time to do things. So everybody's in a
Yes.
rush. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel that too. In fact, you try to count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. It doesn't line up anymore. It's like it's faster now.
Yes. Like Sandy Diva says, the reason the continent moved to the right is because we moved to an Earth that is Pangea. It hasn't developed yet. Yeah, so it's a lot smaller and time is faster. And that's the only thing that I can give Sandy Diva an answer that you're right. We are in a smaller Earth with faster time. So
Yeah, I have a whole I'm going to try to get a whole presentation together where I talk about how the only explanation I have is that God moved us. I don't know if it was to protect us from something, but scientists have found a hole in the Sagittarius arm that they can't explain.
yes.
And it's just a chunk of the Sagittarius arm that's missing. And I believe that's where we were. And being in the Orion arm would literally put us thousands, if not a million years in the past. And I don't mean like in the past, but like on a past Earth. And that would explain the sun changing colors, because in the future, the sun will be yellow.
Yes.
In the future, South America will be below us. Who knows? In the future, it's colder at the poles and the water recedes because the water freezes, and land mass at the pole rises, and we have the North Pole. There's so many changes that can be explained by being on an earlier version of Earth.
Well, I have something to say. I have something to say because in Canada, it now gets up to like 100 degrees. How is that possible in Canada?
I know. At Alaska, the 80s, like near Barrow in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's just not, and it would explain new plants, new wildlife, including sea life.
Yes.
It would explain the weather, the new weather patterns we're seeing, the new types of rainbows, the new types of everything. it would explain everything that
Did
was
you guys?
unexplainable to me prior to looking into this part of it. Like I could say, okay, the logos, but what about the fact that this island never existed,
We're
or
getting.
you know,
You said weather. We're getting tornadoes in places that should not be getting tornadoes. Like
right?
Colorado gets tornadoes now.
Yep.
A lot of them. It gets a lot of tornadoes. Yes.
And big hail too. That I've been in Colorado for 50 years, and right now every night I look outside to see if it's dark, and I see those dark clouds. I start panicking because those big hails is gonna mess up my cars, and it's gonna be a cost. I don't have insurance for full insurance to cover the wind chill, so I'm always terrified to the weather right now.
Oh,
So
I'll send you something. I'll send you something 'cause it's something I
Okay.
sent Curiouser too.
Cool.
It'll help to protect your car. But we're not done with the interview questions. I still have to read some questions.
Okay.
Okay.
I've been getting them down, Sandy. That's why I'm quiet.
Okay. Jeff,
Yeah,
what number did you leave off on? Was it 15?
15. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, here we go. In your opinion, do you think the Mandela effects, the things that we present, are slowing down, speeding up, or are a constant that varies in intensity and frequency? And why do you believe this?
I believe they're slowing down because we're in the Orion. We're on a different section of the Milky Way where everything is parallel and everything is the same. Because when we first arrived here from the Sagittarius arm,
Sorry.
Everything was bad. Everything was changed. We were in shock. We were like traumatized. It's like this changed, this changed, this changed. Now I looked at Eva's channel and she's struggling to find new items and new changes or differences. And I believe they're slowing down because we're in a different section of the Milky Way where everything's parallel and everything's the same. But don't go in the ocean because they're animals that can kill you. little animals that can, literally kill you. Even on the sand, they're little bugs that come out. It's weird.
It used to be safe to swim in our oceans, but now it's
Yes.
not much anymore.
Yes. I'm scared to go on vacation.
I haven't been to the beach. I haven't been to the beach in over 4 years. Just saying.
Yeah. So
I would have to disagree because I don't have any trouble. I have a list a mile long of stuff that keeps getting pushed on the back burner. I say this every time. I have so much stuff to cover. I never get to it, and it gets pushed down and pushed down and pushed down. Yeah.
Sandy, you have an amazing gift.
yes, you and Teresa are gifted. That's why I gave you the name Residue Hunters, because you guys are amazing and you guys are wide awake, and so you guys are special people. I tell you that right now.
You're making me blush. Oh gosh. Thank you. Okay.
Sorry, but not sorry. Sorry, but not sorry, Sandy.
Okay.
Just to give you an example. I'm sorry, Sandy, but
Okay.
On Hebrews last live chat, Sandy went on and showed him the beer logos, just like you, Brian. You had that dual memory, and Hauser and everything else. Like, Sandy, you're breaking my brain. So that Brian, you were on a different Earth that had that different logo, and you had that dual memory in here because you saw that other labeled, and you were there. You saw that label. You're not misremembering. Your mind is correct. Everybody's memory is correct. We're not misremembering, just like the media or the movies say we are. We're not crazy. We're not delusional. Our memories are correct. And that proves that our community, our groups are amazing people because we have that knowledge and that gift to see things and to remember things. So go ahead.
Okay. The next question is, do you think the new weather, cloud patterns, natural disasters, etc., are related to the Mandela effect? I think we just answered that, but I would
Yes.
like you to answer it.
Well, the sun, the white sun is very hard on me. Like I'm usually not this color. I'm burnt. I'm burnt. My head is burned up. So I can't handle the hot weather, the sun, the cold. I have to put 3 sweatpants to go outside, plus my thermals. I can't handle the cold. So I can't. I'm not used to all this bad weather that other people say, oh, it's normal. They walk around with t-shirts, and I'm over here bundled up with thermals and heat pads, and I have a vest that you can put batteries on it. I bought 6 pairs of socks that have batteries on it because my feet get cold. I've been miserable for years. And that's how I knew I was
Sorry
in
to
a
hear
different place. Yeah, that's how I knew I was in a different place and a new body, because it wasn't like that. I never had problems with my feet. So that was a big change.
I believe it because I have the same problems, but I thought mine was just from my condition. But yeah, I'm the exact same way. And I know exactly what you're saying. Like when I had a car, and I'd be driving to pick Joey up, and sitting in traffic, the sun coming through the window was burning. It was so painful that those reflective things you put in your windshield to block so that your car doesn't get hot.
Yeah.
I would literally put it on top of my arm while I was driving because it was so painful just sitting in traffic. It was horrible. Next question is, do you think the laws of physics are different, or believe they are just different in this reality?
What question was that?
Do you believe that the laws of physics are changing,
Oh,
or do
no.
you
What?
believe that they're just different in this reality?
Everything's different here. We're not used to the lightning. You know how when the thunderstorms come and the lightning goes sideways? Or, that.
Make
Yeah,
circle
it's changing.
patterns.
Yeah, the clouds with the little bubbles that look like little popcorn that you put in the box. No, that don't make sense. It's like, oh, I just don't put attention to it anymore. It's like, oh, I'm in a different place, so I try to live with it and make it part of my life. So
I agree with that too. Okay, so how do you respond to skeptics and deniers who dismiss the Mandela effect as misremembering or false memories? And why do you believe they cannot or refuse to see or acknowledge what we clearly see?
like I said, I always have to make sure who I'm talking to, and because their conscience is different for what I have. My memories are different from that person. One thing that I found is that people get mad at me. It's like, I told you this yesterday or a week ago. And it's like, you told me what? It's like, I told you this and that. It's like, no, you didn't tell me. I don't remember. So I have a lot of conflict with people when I meet them, or my family when they tell me things, or I go over there. It's like, you forgot to bring this. It's like, what? Well, you forgot to bring a gift for my mom, or you forgot to bring something for the potluck. It's like, you guys having a potluck? So it is, the Mandela effect to me is very confusing, and I'm trying to live with it, with all those glitches. So.
And I've had those exact same experiences, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Me too.
I think most people have had at least one experience like that. Okay, and then the final question before we get to Teresa with the Q&A. So guys, if you have questions, this is the time to put it in the chat.
I want to add to that question, laws of physics and everything. Is like, did you know you don't breathe oxygen anymore? You're breathing.
No, we breathe. It's mostly nitrogen now.
Yeah, it's 78% nitrogen. I made a video about it.
78% nitrogen.
Yeah, 21% oxygen, 2% carbon dioxide, and argon. Argon can kill you.
Argon? That's
Yeah.
new.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember there ever being argon.
Yeah, it's 1% argon. So yeah, I just Googled it today when I was taking notes because I wanted to add it up to that. I want you guys to know that we don't breathe oxygen anymore. So
Yeah.
That's
I
really
knew about the
interesting.
nitrogen, but the
I'd
argon,
no, it's hydrogen. Yeah.
I'd like to know. I'd like to know where they're sampling that data from.
Yeah.
Jeff, were you going to say something before I go on?
Oh, no, I was just saying that's interesting. That's a new one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hit me pretty hard when I first found it.
And you say you don't see anything. Yes, you do.
Yeah. That's true.
I get lucky.
Is there anything you'd like to share or discuss with us that we didn't already ask? And are there Mandela effects or theories you'd like to share or discuss? Like that we didn't touch on already.
No, everything's. I talked about everything that I wanted to talk about. About the spiritual warfare and the multiverse. We're in a different place. And to thank you guys for doing the hard work. So I talk about everything that I wanted to talk about. So I just wanted to show my face. That way people can know who I am and to see that I'm not fake. I'm not an imposter. I'm just affected as you are. I'm suffering as you are. I'm just trying to get a little piece of the puzzle to figure out the Mandela effect. But to me, we will never figure it out. We're just going to have to live with it because once we're awake, we can't go back to sleep. And that's why I started my channel because, I want people to go and look at my videos. It's like, oh, Jose say this. Jose is helping these people out, or maybe this person is found another clue. So I'm trying to, put everything together and help people.
Teresa, I'm going to be helping you out because there are some questions where they didn't put the Q first. But I do want to say before we get
one
to
of the
Q&A,
questions I don't feel comfortable asking him.
and that's hold on, wait. Let me talk. That's what I'm trying to say. The Q&A is only questions for Jose. We're not discussing other channels here.
Yeah, I
Okay,
know
so-
the one that I was writing down. I don't feel comfortable asking him. You know which one I'm talking about, right?
Yes, there is another question further down, a little bit further down by tribal government. It just starts with "Okay, I got one," not a Q. I didn't want you to miss that. But yeah, guys, we're not talking about other channels. We're not addressing other channels. You are free to ask on. Yeah, you're free to ask on Jose's channel in the comments of his videos. Jose does respond to comments. But right now we're just asking questions about what Jose has said, what we talked about here tonight, or if you have something related to it, of course. But Teresa, I'm turning it over to you. You have the questions. If you need help finding questions, just ask me. Okay?
Thank you, Philo. I believe Philo Fire is one of my person that came from my planet because we both have a lot of same memories, same logo, same love. I feel her love because we feel like we're connected.
Yeah. When she heard you were coming on, she was like, "Yay, Jose!"
Okay.
She was excited.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Go ahead, Teresa.
All right. I'm going to start with Sandy since Sandy was the first one. She wants to know, why did you change your channel from ME Sagittarius Arms Society? Mandela affected?
I know why, but I think a lot of the chat doesn't. So that's why I figured you should address that. Sorry, go on.
Well, it started
Hey,
with
you wrote
me.
it down.
Yeah, it started with the ME, and people were confused like it's me. No, it's this Mandela effect. My channel is not about me. And the Sagittarius part was when when I keep asking Google to send me for my channel, it always put me in the horoscopes, and I always get people from the horoscope asking me questions. Just like, so that's the reason I changed my name to Mandela Effect. I got that idea from Sandy Diva, because so I kind of algorithm to catch it. So get more subscribers.
Kind of like me changing the name of my group to, that was Sandy's idea, right? Sandy to Mandela, Reality Residue Hunters.
Yes, because originally it was just, what was it originally?
Yeah.
Reality
Originally it was
Residue
just
Hunters.
Reality Residue Hunters.
Yeah, people go on my channel and I get non-believers.
Yeah.
But I get views, but they don't leave comments. They don't know who or what is happening. So I just decided to change my channel exclusively for the Mandela Effect.
Okay. Question 2 is from Mandela Affected. Why is South America and all the Mandela Effect examples so thin? It says that South America was, oh my God, I can't read my handwriting. Skinny, long thing, but in the map examples, South America, quadruple, at least. I'm sorry, I was writing too fast. Basically, tell me what you think about the changes for South America. I wrote too fast. Sorry. Give me my own handwriting.
Mandela Affected. How did we remember? Everybody that came from the Sagittarius arm remembers the island of Gibraltar. Gibraltar, and it was next to Spain and Africa. That island moved to inland, and there's a channel that went specifically to find that island and to investigate for himself why the island moved or changed, or people still had that memory that that island was in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah,
that's why it was
Yes.
island.
Now it's
Yes.
connected to something. I thought it was like in the middle of nowhere. Remember?
Yes, we all remember the island of. That's why it's called the island of
Yeah.
Gibraltar. It's not.
I thought it was the Rock of Gibraltar.
Yeah, Rock Gibraltar. That's it.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's an island.
Yes. So that
And now
explains.
it's moved. Yeah, that's crazy.
Lisa, before I got confirmation from you that you were taking down these questions, I screenshotted that question, and it is, why is South America, this is from Mandela Affected, why is South America in all the Mandela Effect examples so thick? South America was a skinny long thing, but in the map examples, South
Thank you.
America looks quadruple in width at least. So they're asking,
I wrote too fast. Sorry.
it's okay. They're asking, do you remember South America being longer and thinner?
Yeah.
And if so, why do you think that is?
Yeah.
I'm pretty good with maps, so I remember ice in Russia, snow. Half of Canada had snow. I remember the continent of the Arctic continent called the North Pole, and it's missing. It's gone. So how can I? I'll be lying if I tell you it disappeared. No, it's never been here. We're on a different Earth that the North Pole never existed. Like Sandy Diva says, we're on a different Earth, Pangea. Everything moved to the right. Everything is different because it hasn't developed. It hasn't broken from the mainland from Spain. That's how we get that island from Gibraltar. Maybe 40 million years from now, it's going to move to the middle, like how we remember it. That's the only answer I have.
Okay.
I agree.
Thank you. Question number 3. Sandy, you're going to have to pronounce this name. I can't say it. Makata?
Ryugami Mikado.
Thank you. I'm terrible with names. They want to know, so is the globe always, oh my God, I wrote too fast. I'm sorry, I wrote too fast. I can't read my handwriting.
Is the globe always, if the globe is, the question is also not written, so if the globe always was alive,
yeah.
with their math calculations, I'm not exactly sure.
That's
They're
terrible. I never could write this bad. My
okay.
handwriting changed.
That's what I'm saying though. But I'm not even sure. Ryogami, can you please rewrite
I
your
think
question?
I understand. I think I understand the
Oh,
question. The
okay.
reason why things is faster, why things are different, is because where we come from, we call it a super Earth. It's 4 times bigger than this Earth, so time is slower over there. Time is colder on top because the sun it has a hard time hitting those spots. Here, the reason we don't have a North Pole is because the sun is very hot and it's closer to a smaller Earth. So it reaches more north than south. So that's the only explanation I have, is that we came from a bigger Earth that had the North Pole, and the sun could not hit that spot.
And the sun, the yellow sun, would be cooler than the white sun.
Yes.
Next question is from Preliminal. Were we selected, or were we just randomly moved over, shifted to the other world, or did we die and then we got put here, or did we get put in purgatory type place? What do you think?
If you notice on one of the pictures that I put on my intro, is that people were flying through the air. I believe we're those kind of people, that we're travelers, and Jehovah is protecting our soul. That's the reason he keeps moving us, and it doesn't seem like we're moving to a negative Earth, because this Earth has rainbow mountains, rainbow fish, rainbow lobsters, rainbow trees.
I love all this rainbow stuff.
Yeah, it's a beautiful Earth. So I take it as a blessing, and it's a reward, because we were good people. So we're good antennas for God. So he needs us here. That's the reason he moved us, is because we are needed on this Earth to bring a higher vibration. This is new age. I don't believe in that jumbo, but this is what I believe, because I'm a good person, and I try to make people happy, and I try to help people as much as I can, no matter if I have to sacrifice my time, my money. I don't care. If I see somebody's more needed than I am, I'm gonna help it. I cannot. If I see a bum asking for money, I cannot give. I cannot leave that position without giving him something. I'll stop and I'll go to the store, buy him something. I just can't walk away from that. It's not in my heart.
You're a good person. You're a good person, Jose. God bless you.
We all are. That's why we're here. We've been blessed, and God loves us. And this is, Jesus and God is letting us know that we're special people.
And I do need to say something about what you're saying about everything's rainbow. If we remember, the rainbow is God's gift to
Damien
us.
wants his wrench back.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Damien, I'm sorry. I'll give it to you. I don't
It's
know why
not
you
the
didn't have one.
the rainbow.
Are you taking
it's not the
wrenches
rainbow
away?
anymore. Yes,
No,
God
I
gave
didn't
us a
take it
promise.
Well,
Yes.
Teresa.
So Preliminal has another question. Do you remember the North Star making a rare appearance back in 2015 to 2016? It was an unusual closer alignment. And that's another one from Preliminal.
No, I don't remember that.
Me neither.
No, I don't
Anybody
remember
else?
the blood moons. That's new from the Orion side. That's I don't remember that.
How about the strawberry moon and the harvest moon?
Yeah, you know what? All these moons names, I'm not sure if anybody agrees with me, but all these new names for the moons, I never had that in my past. All these wolf moons and worm moons, and I never had any of that. I just don't. I remember just full moons and of course the other shapes, but now all these names for moons. And Jose, do you remember that at all? That was my question for you about that.
No, I don't
You
remember.
remember
that.
all these names?
Nope. No. This is all new. Okay. And it's all you guys' faults. I'm learning all this bad stuff. It's all your faults.
Strawberry moon. It's like, okay, we got maybe we'll have a chocolate moon next.
Yeah, it's like
vanilla.
A
My
cheese moon.
brain.
How about that?
Cheeseburger moon.
Yeah, that's crazy. No, I don't remember none of that stuff.
Crazy. Next question is from Parody Bear. Does anyone on the panel think there's I'm not going to say this word, firmament?
Firmament.
Firmament. What is that? Explain to me what a firmament is.
It's a cover, like some people say it's an ocean that is covering our planet or our Earth or flat Earth. Nothing can go past that firmament. So there's no satellites, there's no rockets can go through. The Earth it's infinite. The Earth it keeps going. Yeah, it keeps going. Nobody has seen the edge. Nobody can prove anything like that. So I'm a firm believer on that the Earth continues somewhere else and it keeps going.
Interesting.
So, yes.
Next question is from Scott Garrison. He says, do you remember flight pattern of Tinkerbell? Oh, he said he's about the same age. Do you remember flight pattern of Tinkerbell around the castle in Disneyland show intros in the 1960s and 1970s? He wants to know what you remember about the flight pattern.
Yes, Tinkerbell will go from the left side, go around the castle, and then go and then hit the wand. It'll hit the eye. It'll make the eye with the little dot. It'll hit it, and then the dust will fly all over the screen, and then the movie will start.
Agreed. Yeah, that was a huge one for me too.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. This is what I'm trying to say. Your memories are correct. Everything that you have is correct. Our minds are not programmed to forget. Jehovah forgot to do one thing, is to give us a little button. It's like, I want to erase this part. I want to erase this part. I want to erase this part. This is why we have a lot of people using drugs. A lot of people using alcohol is because they're traumatized of a bad event. Our brains cannot erase that bad memory. We have to go see a psychiatrist. We have to drug ourselves to be able to forget. That's the thing that I'm trying to show you guys, that our memories are correct. All the media and movies are wrong. Don't listen to those people. We're not crazy. We are programmed to remember. This is why God sent us here, to record our life experiences. And then when we die, we take those memories to heaven or where we're going. And God will take those memories away because he wants to know what it means to be alive and to be a human. Jehovah is love, and that's all he knows. But the reason he created humans and spirits and souls is because he wants to experience life, because he never had to. That's what my investigations with Ismael Perez and Dale Dufay, that's what I found. Go ahead.
The next one is Parody Bear. I don't know if it's a he or she. Is it? Does anybody know? Because I don't want to say he said. Sandy, do you know Parody Bear is a male or female?
If you don't know, just say they said.
They asked. Okay, because if I don't know if they're male or female, I don't want to do anything. Parody Bear, first question. Do you believe Earth is a globe?
No.
No.
Some say it's a pear, but no. It's a flat because the water is flat. The water always finds its low position.
Are you a flat earther? Would you call yourself a flat earther?
Yes.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I didn't know if you wanted to call yourself. Second part of the question is from Parody Bear, is explain Tartaria and mud floods. I never understood that. Maybe you can help me with that.
We're moving to different Earths where they have different histories, and other people that I know about, I've seen them for myself. They do exist. So they left a fingerprint, like the pyramids. The Egyptians never built anything. That's a lie. They were already here because have you guys ever heard about the Black Knight?
No.
it's a satellite in space. Go ahead
No.
and you guys can Google that. The beings that were here before the Anunnaki and everybody else, that's how they controlled the world, the planet, or the flat Earth, whatever you want to call it. That's how they kept an eye on it, and they had iPads to see who was getting out of line and who was misbehaving. So I'm sure they would demolish the Aztecs because they were eating each other. So they got rid of those people. So that's how they kept tabs on the people. It's because of that the Black Knight. I learned that from Billy Carson. Yeah.
Captain Kirk wants to know, did you have a near-death experience at NDE? And we discussed this among ourselves. I think all of us on the panel have had a near-death experience, like it, and I was just wondering if you ever had one.
Yes. Not personally. I love myself. I love my life. I never had those thoughts, but I seen chat rooms or near death experiences videos where they died. But to me, is that they died. If they have that memory that they died, that's on another Earth. The spirit was switched to another avatar where they got saved. Have you ever heard the stories like the doctor saved me, or the doctors can't explain why you're alive and you made it, and you were supposed to be dead, but you're cancer free? It's because you died in that Earth. Your body got buried, so your avatar is dead, but your soul continues, and Jehovah needs you somewhere else. And he like Nelson Mandela, he never died on this place, so he had a different soul that wrote a different history. And go ahead.
I think that's the end of the questions. Am I correct,
No,
Sandy?
No, you missed some.
I missed one. What did I miss?
No, you missed some. I have to go back and get them. They weren't writing it in the same format.
Oh, I was looking for the cues.
I know. Some of them didn't write the cues.
So I did pretty good as far as many as I caught.
Yes.
Okay.
First, I want to say, Fire says, I'm touched by what Jose said, and that is how I feel about all of us. Regardless of our minor differences, we seem to all be kindred spirits, a soul tribe of brothers and sisters, which is really nice, so I wanted to share it. But I do have more questions.
I've actually starred that one as being one of our favorite comments of the evening.
Aww.
So thank you, Philo.
Thank you, Philo.
And thank you, Jose, for coming on. You've done some excellent work, my friend.
Thank you,
Brian. We're not done with the questions yet. We're not done.
I know. I had a feeling you were going to say that, Sandy. Go ahead. Ask away.
Well, I'm trying to find them in the chat because I don't
forgot
have
to say, hold on, there's more. Okay.
Yes, hold on.
I thought I got them all. I'm sorry. I really thought I got them all.
The tribal government says, okay, I got one to ask him. If you can, what are your thoughts on Betty Boo versus Betty Boop? So tribal government remembers Betty Boo without the P. Do you remember the same or differently? And what are your thoughts?
Betty Boo. No T.
No P?
No.
So you have the same memory as
Betty Boo.
Tribal government.
Yes.
There you go.
Wow, I remember Betty Boop.
Boop with
I agree. I'm with Betty Boop.
No, Betty Boo. Now in this reality, she has green eyes, and that threw me off for a loop.
Yeah, that threw me off too.
Yeah.
I
think Sandy found that. I think Sandy found that one, right?
I found a ton. Her dress, her hair, her eyes.
I don't recognize her anymore. It's like, jeez.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I'm going through there because they're hidden, huh?
Sandy, did you see General Sorrow's comment? Sandy probably gets beachgoers for your channel.
Yeah, but I'm looking for the one that said question for me and Jose. I know there's one. There's two questions, and that's why I'm looking.
Okay.
I'm scrolling, guys.
You had a question from Mr. Super Sidewinder. Did you see that one, Teresa? It says, "Where's my file-a-fire?"
No, I didn't know that was an actual question. I thought he was
That's
just
not a
looking
question
for him.
for Jose.
Brian,
No,
he was
it
just
had a
looking for
cue. It had a cue beside it.
wrong kind of question.
Okay.
Hold on one second. It was far up. That's why I'm scrolling.
Okay.
And this was a Q, Teresa. It was Q for Sandy and Jose. Oh boy. Hold on. Let me check my chat.
I'm sorry, I missed that one.
Sorry, I got it. This is from
Okay.
Preliminal.
Okay.
Were we selected, or are we randomly shifted here, or did we? Oh wait, you did read this one. You just didn't say it was for Sandy and Jose.
Yes, I did.
You did read that one. I think, guys, if I missed your question, please rewrite it in the chat right now at the bottom. I'll give you guys like 2 or 3 minutes to write a question. And Esther, Jeff, you guys have any questions for Jose, Brian, Teresa? While they write
No.
questions?
No. I just wanted to thank him for coming on. It was such a pleasure to meet you finally.
Oh, thank you.
Well,
Same
wait,
here.
how long, Jose? How long did you say you've been affected with the Mandela? Or
9
whatever?
years.
How,
About 9
9
years.
years since when? What year?
Probably 2012.
2012.
It goes way far back. I was
Yes.
2016.
I do
Me
have
too.
another
20
question.
20
Yeah, I go
2016
back
right
with Photohelix. I seen Laszlo. I seen Changing Matrix. I mean, all the old people that did the new creators, old creators. I seen them all, and yeah, I learned from them a lot.
You have a question from John Nada.
No, there's
how
2
does-
questions. Okay, go on.
Oh,
There's
go
2
ahead.
questions above that too. It's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Are you seeing everything from both of our channels or just yours?
I see John Nada, but I see 2 questions above it without the Q. That's why. It's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Read John's, then I'll read the other ones.
Okay, I'll read John's question. John Nada says, "How does he know when he shifts planets? What identifies it?"
The Schumann resonance. I'm a big follower for Mr. MVP 333. He shows the Schumann resonance, and when that spikes up, that tells me that we got shifted. Our frequency gets the Earth is alive, and it's a frequency. Everything's alive around us, and everything emits a frequency, a vibration, and that's how I can tell we shifted. Because my body goes weaker, I lose sleep, I lose energy, and that's one of the symptoms I know that we shifted.
Okay, the other 2 questions that were above that come from tribal government. What about lucid dreaming and sleep paralysis? Have you experienced either of those? In which you
Yes.
know you're dreaming or you're in astral projection state?
Yes, we get shifted when we. Have you guys heard the REM, rapid eye movement?
Mhm.
It's when you're
Yes.
very deep sleep.
Yes.
And that's when we get shifted, because we wake up and we think things changed, but they didn't. We changed. That's how I know we changed. We got switched.
Yeah, Sandy, you were going to ask the other question, but Philifier has a question also.
I know. I was waiting
when we
until
get
he
to
was
it.
done.
Okay.
Philo wants to know, what is your astrological sign?
On this planet, on Sagittarius or on Orion? On the Orion, I'm a Ophiuchus. I can't even say that. The new sign they have, the 13 sign.
Oh,
that is
really?
new.
I am too. When's your birthday?
December.
December
14.
Oh, okay, I'm December 3rd.
Okay.
I'm in the same boat. I'm the new
Yeah.
sign, I guess. New
I
guy
was
on the block.
Sagittarius on the Sagittarius. Here I'm Ophiuchus, whatever you call that.
Ophiuchus. I can't even pronounce it right.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the only answer I have I'm not a big astrologer. I'm not into
I'm not either. I'm
gematria
not big
or
into it.
numerology. I mean, the Mandela effect is doing a lot of things. It's opening a lot of people's minds, and they can do great things with numbers, and they can answer questions with numbers. And I'm amazed at that, but I can't do that. I have to use the calculator. So
Yeah. I think that's the end of the questions. I don't see any more.
well,
Is there anything else you want to share with us? Anything anybody wants to ask on the panel?
Well, Jose, how do we contact you? I guess through Facebook or whatever. We'd like to have you back on the show.
well,
Another time.
I have 2 strikes on my channel, so my channel will be disappearing soon because I started educating people about the what like we can't talk about it, and
Yep, I
got
got you.
two strikes, and so I'm kind of worried about my channel right now. So I'm trying not to post any more videos, but you can get a hold of me through Sandy Diva. She has my email, my number, and
Okay.
she's somebody I can trust.
Yes, and my
All right,
suggestion is before they take you down, you are completely allowed to make another channel. I would make a backup channel now
Yes, I did.
before you
Yeah.
get that 3rd strike. 'Cause if after you get that 3rd strike, it tells you cannot make other channels. I would
Yeah.
make that backup now. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I did already, and I'm ready to post some other videos there.
I have you have a question in the chat. What is your YouTube channel? Let me see if I can dig it up here.
Oh, I just posted it. It's right above, but I'll post it again.
Okay, I'm posting it right now. Philo shared it earlier.
Yeah. If anybody wants to get a hold of me, it's sag.arm.society@gmail. So anybody can email me if they have any questions or anything I can help with. Just ring me up. I'll be happy to answer your questions.
You said sag.arm.society@gmail.com?
Yes.
Because I am writing it in the chat right now.
Okay.
There we go. If anyone
Yes.
wants to screenshot that, you'll have his email.
Yeah, my goal for my channel was for like a call center for people that came from our planet as a help center to guide them and make them help them understand what the Mandela effect is, and not to worry. It's not a bad thing, not in my eyes. We try to help you get on the right path and make it a positive thing. And that was my dream.
Here's the other thing, Jose. We mentioned doing backups of YouTube channels.
Yes.
A lot of people are going to other platforms as well. Like there's Locals.
Yes, I'm on Rumble.
Rumble. There's
Yes.
Rumble, Locals. There's other resources that we have out there.
Yeah,
in case,
Rumble.
the people that be the powers want to pull the plug. You'll have a resource for it. I would send all your videos to Rumble or Locals.
I'm on Rumble, but they're not downloading all my videos. They only downloaded 200. So right now I order a external hard drive so I can download my videos so I don't lose them, because that's 4 years of work, and I don't want to lose it.
What is your channel on Rumble? Because I know on Rumble I'm just Mandela Effects. That's it. It's just Mandela Effects.
Oh.
Because I didn't know how the platform works.
That's a good question, Sandy. I was going to ask him that. How do people find him on Rumble?
Yeah, because like my account is Sandy Diva, but my videos are going to Mandela Effects. That is the name of my YouTube channel, my Rumble channel.
It's all one word. It's ME SAG Arm Society. I don't know
Writing it down in the chat on Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's confusing when you move over to Rumble. It is confusing, and I set it up as Sandy Diva, but then it says make your channel, and it wouldn't let me choose Sandy Diva because that was my account. So I just put Mandela Effects, and now that's my Rumble channel is just Mandela Effects. It's got the little Britney Spears skirt.
It's very interesting how a lot of us have been demonetized. because of what we talk about, and it's really not fair in some occasions. So yeah, guys, please check out those other resources. Jose, you mentioned Rumble, so I would also check out Locals. I would look into that as well. It doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
Is Locals free? I thought Locals is like a membership.
Well, some people can view them for free, and there are exclusive videos you can post on there if you want the subscribers to see. That's another resource you can look into. I'm saying if you want to, if you were into, because getting some compensation for your material, because you put out a lot of good material, it's something to look into.
I wanted to ask Jeff if
you
he
want
had
to
any
monetize.
questions. Yes, I wanted to ask Jeff to see if he had any questions because he was being quiet all night. And I knew he had questions about the Orion, we being on Orion. And I hope everything makes sense to you. And I hope I explain everything to you because mainly this knowledge, it comes out of nowhere by learning from you guys. But I just wanted to make sure you understood. And I didn't want to confuse you.
Yeah, I think you explained it really well.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
so
it.
I don't really have any other questions about it right now.
Okay.
So does that conclude? Oh wait, here's I meant to post ME Sag Arm Society on Rumble. There you go.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so
Sandy.
much.
No problem. Esther, do you have any questions? Because I have a question. I'm asking everyone else first. Teresa?
No, no, I don't have no questions. I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
I did have one question, and now have you ever
Nothing
had
I
that
can think
happen?
of.
It just left my head. Oh,
Okay.
I remember what it is. So you told me something over the past couple days that blew my mind
Okay.
about Polaris.
Yes.
I want to ask the chat, is Polaris a star or is it a group of stars? What do you remember? Oh, and Hanabi is a question while they're answering. What Mandela effect hits Jose the hardest? Like your number one of all time?
All of them. I was in shocked. Yeah. I'm still in shocked.
What was his first Mandela effect that he's seen? That's what I want to know. Like mine was Skechers.
Skechers. To me, was the pyramids. I mean, the South America was a big one. That's probably the first one. South America, the Panama Canal, the way it's wrinkled and used to be up and down. So that got me into the rabbit hole. That's why you see a lot of rabbits in my channel because that's me, going through the rabbit hole.
When you started waking up to this effect, did you experience a lot of emotions? Because I did, like a lot of different stages.
Yes, everything, all my beliefs that I had about, because I was a Christian for 8 years. I mean, everything just went out the window. Just like all my beliefs just went out the window. So I couldn't figure out what reality was from fantasy. So the Mandela effect, the way they were explaining it at that time, there was no help. There was, I mean, right now there's thousands and thousands of creators making videos. There was no support, so I was I felt alone. So when I found this group of this community of the Mandela effect, I said, I'm not the only one that is crazy. I'm normal.
Yes, exactly. That's how I felt.
There's people
I was like
me.
what am I? Nervous. I felt like I was going to have a meltdown. I'm like, and I started looking, and then I came across Mandela Effect Facebook groups, and then that's how I met Brian. Right, Brian?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, that's how I met him, and I was like, oh my God, I'm not the only one going through this, and thank God
Sandy,
you have other people
Twitter,
to share
right?
this with.
Yes.
And I met Teresa on Facebook or something, and then Sandy was on Twitter, right?
Yep.
Sandy's a Twitterer.
Yes.
Twitter.
So,
a tweeter.
Tweeter.
I was a
the question I asked in the group, I want the panel to answer. Is Polaris one star or a group of stars? What do you remember? So, panel, please
One
answer.
star.
Not Jose. because I went
One
and saved
star.
the answer.
One
It was
star.
1 star. 1
Me
star, and it was
too.
part. It was part of the Little or the Big Dipper. I remember
Yes,
that.
but 1 star. I agree.
Jeff, Esther?
Oh, sorry. I have a hard time unmuting. I only remember one.
Yep.
Jeff?
I don't remember. No.
Jose, do you want to let them know about Polaris?
Well, on this Earth, 5. It's supposed to be 5.
What?
No.
No.
Polaris is a group of 5 stars, he told me.
No freaking way.
No.
Oh, that's just a consolation. It's just
No.
Also, if you ask Hurry, how many planets have rings like Saturn? It's going to tell
Yeah.
you 4.
Yeah,
Jupiter.
I actually have a
What?
presentation coming up on this. Yeah.
I thought Saturn was the only one with rings, and I thought maybe Jupiter too.
Saturn and Uranus.
Oh, Uranus?
Neptune
Yeah.
and Jupiter, too.
What?
Well, you see how
No,
we have
Neptune,
a different.
Neptune and Jupiter never had rings.
Another point that I want to say that drives Sandy Diva crazy is that when she asks a question and she gets 5 different questions, and she thinks that we're trolling her. It says, "You guys are lying to me. It's either 1 or 2," and she'll go like, "I don't understand this. Why is people have five answers to one
No, her
question?"
favorite, Sandy's favorite saying is, "I can't."
Yes, I can't do this. I can't do this. Yeah, it drives
Sandy,
her crazy.
say it. You know you want to
Say it, Sandy. You're lying.
No, I don't say you're lying. I just can't. I can't. My brain
No.
can't handle it.
Teresa said say your line, not say you're lying.
Oh no. Well, I'm saying I'm not calling other people. I'm not saying other people are lying though. I just
No.
can't. My brain can't.
We're not even using the word lying. We're saying line, Line. Teresa said
gotcha.
say your line.
Gotcha. Like I said,
So go
when my brain is breaking, I can't. That's what's happening. I can't deal with it. So I just can't.
There's too many man excuses out there. They're running wild,
And
right?
my line is something looks off, right, Sandy? I always say something looks off.
I wanted to explain why we have why we give different answers to the one question. Is because I found this out that we all come from different Earths. Everybody has a different history, and we all came together here with different histories in our minds. We're all answering how we remember it the correct way, but to Sandy Diva, it's like, you guys are trolling me. No. It's only one, A or B, but that's it. That is proof that we all come from different Earths.
Or when everyone has a different memory than I do. Like I
Yep.
remember it one way and everyone remembers the other way. And I'm like, oh,
Sandy,
I can't.
ask him about that painting I found. Remember the starry thingy? Remember? Ask him what he remembers. I want to know.
Teresa, you ask, because I've covered that 3 times. I don't know what you want to ask.
Jose.
You ask it.
Yes.
Picasso? Is it Picasso? Is it? No. Who is it when they did the painting? Sandy?
Starry Night?
Picasso.
Are you talking about Vincent
Van Gogh. What do you remember the painting being called? The Starry Night, or something else?
The Starry Night.
You remember The Starry Night?
Yeah.
And which is really weird is I remember just Starry Night. Right, Sandy?
I do too. I remember Starry Night.
I remember Starry Night, and now it's called The Starry Night.
There was more to that though, and I'd have to go look, but
It was Starry Night.
I
And
found that one, right, Sandy?
you did.
It is a starry night out here where I'm at. I'm sure it is for a lot of you.
Yeah.
For some of you, it might be daytime. I'm not really sure what time it is for all of you, but we appreciate everybody coming.
I'm crashing too.
Tonight. My brain is starting to shut down here shortly.
Me too.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's very hot in here. I shut all the doors, all the windows, so I'm kind of sweating.
You're melting.
Yeah, I'm melting. Yes, but that's okay. Thank you for having me.
We definitely want you to come on again, Jose. You want to come back again, guys?
Yeah. You are welcome to come back anytime.
Yes.
Oh wow, thank you.
I literally
Appreciate it.
enjoyed this.
Oh, I'm glad.
But
I thought
normally I
was
don't stay up this late either, right, guys?
Teresa never stays here.
Thank you.
You got my attention. Seriously, I'm usually crashing by 8:30. I'm in Las Vegas, so my time here is 9:20, and normally I'm crashed by now. But you caught my attention, so you got me to stay awake. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And,
let me just add, Jose, your material was definitely, it was far from boring.
It was so interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I learned a lot from you. It was very educational. Thank you.
Well,
thank you.
I try to make it a spiritual.
It's always nice
Thank
to
you.
hear different perspectives as well.
Oh yeah, it was
Sandy.
awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sandy,
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and do the conclusion now, okay?
Okay, go for it.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great Mandela Effect night, and God bless. See you next time. See you this Saturday.
Thank you.
And happy 4th of July. Oh no, actually, we
Please
have a
be
show this
safe.
Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah. Be
Oh,
safe.
my bad. No happy 4th of July yet.
And thank you for watching the show, and thank you for having me.
And
I
go
appreciate
and
it.
go check out Jose's channel if you get a chance.
Yes, check out Jose's channel.
Hit
and give him a
subscribe and
sub.
thumbs up. Thumbs
His
up
links
for.
will be in the description after the
Make
video
sure
is
you
uploaded.
hit the bell so you get notified.
Hey, hit the bell.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Good night,
everyone.
Night,
Good night, Jose.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.